Hi. There's just some things that have been on my mind that I would like to just talk about to the void a little bit. Where do I start? Okay, well, something I've been thinking about quite a bit the past couple of weeks with life and stuff is thinking back on when I first started speedrunning, when I was doing Dark Souls 2, and thinking about that. And I've talked about this a little bit before, I think, a couple of times, but not really in detail. But I used to have so much drive when I first started getting into speedrunning. Like, it was something I really wanted to do, and I really, really wanted to get good at something because it felt good to have something to reach for, or at least something to work at, to feel good at, to want to be good at, or have a determination to want to improve and push through all the painful feelings of failure or self-doubt or feelings like you can't do it, but you're too stubborn and you say, yes, I can do it, and you keep trying, even if it hurts. I remember I used to feel so determined in that way. But I feel like I've lost that a lot compared to years ago. I remember talking about this a little bit with someone, and they mentioned that I've mellowed out a lot as a person, in that my emotions aren't as extreme as they used to be. I feel like nowadays, I think a lot of things like, oh, it doesn't matter, or there's no point, it doesn't change anything, or even if I achieve something, what is the worth of it? What does it mean? Thinking that it doesn't really mean anything. I just don't feel the same drive that I used to, and it makes me really sad that I don't, because I don't feel alive like I used to. Which is kind of sad to say, in that I've mellowed out so much that I don't have the passion like I had. And at the same time, like, my health is better now compared to what it was back then, because, to just put it bluntly, I felt like I was going crazy back then from how much I wanted things. And I don't feel crazy anymore, but a part of me wishes that I did. I wish that I wanted things so much like I used to that I don't now. Or even like now, if I think of goals or things that I want, or at least think would be kind of cool to have, I think, nah, it doesn't matter, or it will take too long, or I don't want to put the time into it, or I don't know, feel like I have the energy to produce for it. Which is very frustrating. I feel very frustrated that I'm in this way, but it's not just like something that I feel has been temporary for like a little while. I feel like it's been like this for a really long time. I would probably say that the point where this started was when I left the Bayonetta speedrunning community a while ago. I just don't have the drive like I used to back then. Because I remember how hungry I would feel, wanting to be better, wanting something, even if in the big scale of things it didn't mean anything to the world or truly mean anything in life. that makes sense, but it was something I just wanted to do, and I wanted to feel things. I wanted to feel them. Just, I think the word is I was competitive back then. Not necessarily with other people, but I was so competitive with myself. And I think that came from a lot of like self-hatred as well. Like, I still have self-hate, but I think back then it was so strong, which was why it was so extreme to want to be better, to want to improve. And now, because I've mellowed out so much, I just don't have the drive like I used to, and I don't know. Well, I do know how to get it back. It's just a matter of doing it. And I just wish I could force myself to. I don't know. Like, I feel like I've had some drive with God of War 2, but with running the game, there's just a lot of overwhelming feelings, like there's no point, or a lot of the time, like, you're speedrunning not necessarily because you have a goal or because you're hungry to succeed or you're hungry to improve. It's just you're running because you're running. You're doing something because if you don't do anything, you feel like you'll waste. Like, you just feel like shit, I guess. It's just like, you know, like the distractions and stuff. Like, you don't want to be bored, so you might as well do something, and this is something. But I don't have that drive of like wanting things so bad like I used to. And like, there's a part of me that says, oh, it's good because I don't feel as like unhinged as I used to feel, but at the same time, I envy who I was back then because I felt like I had a certain element of purpose, even though it's like such an insignificant thing to be like highly competitive in a gaming community that's not very big. Like, speedrunning isn't that big. Or like trying to be competitive in games that are like not like not like Super Mario or something like that. But then at the end of the day, I never did speedrunning to try and impress people. That was never the goal. I don't want to give a fuck what people think. And I think also in terms of like losing drive, I think streaming as well has made me lose drive, in that like when you get caught up with streaming and you worry about like, you know, Twitch stats and Twitch viewers and all that kind of stupid shit, you don't go as hard or practice as hard as you normally would because you want to be entertaining, you know, or you want to be like not just some, I don't know, like you want to do runs more, or you want to do no reset is good, but I felt like compared to the past, I practiced so much in the past compared to what I do now when it comes to like goals. And of course, like, I work full time now, so it's fine. But like, in terms of just like motivations to want to be better, it's not there. And I want it to be there because then I can feel like, I think I would feel things that would make me feel good. And I want to feel good, but it's a weird way to describe it. Because I remember the feelings that felt good, and I don't feel them now. I just feel very mellow. Not as extreme as I used to be. And like doing marathon runs and things like that and getting to show off the games is nice and social, and it's very like, oh yeah, like very floaty and flowery, and it doesn't matter how you play. It's just, it's nice, and I'm not saying it's not nice, but it's a very different feeling from when there's something you really want. Even though of course I like to, you know, present well. And like in particular with like the Bayonetta commentary I did at GDQ, like I really worked hard to practice and like think of words to say for commentary on the marathon run, of like what people would be able to understand and grasp as a first time watcher. I feel like a lot of the things that I cared about back then, I still care about, but I just don't do them as well as I used to, and that annoys me to an aspect. Yeah. It's a little bit like, I can't tell if I've gotten better or worse. Not in terms of like gaming or whatever, but in terms of like emotions and things, because even though I don't feel the extreme downs, I don't feel the extreme highs either. I just feel very mellow. And even when I achieve goals, it's like, oh yeah, I achieved a goal, that's nice, but I don't I don't feel any, like I don't feel like I used to. Then there's a question of, do I really want to feel like that again? Part of me says yes, and part of me, I don't know. I just feel like I want to work hard with something, or I want to learn more about things or anything. I want to do things more. I want to do something. And I'm just in this lull of trying to pick myself up to maybe do something. Because in my head I have a concept of what it will take to be better, but it's just a matter of asking myself, am I prepared to do that? To dedicate the time that it needs, that I know that it needs to be better? I don't know. I don't know what other things I could be doing in replacement of that, or if it's really something that I want to go down. I don't even know where I'm at right now with speedrunning and stuff. I definitely don't feel like a good runner. But it doesn't annoy me too much, I guess, but there is a... No, it does annoy me to say that I'm not a good runner, because I do believe in that. And someone will say, oh, but you're just putting yourself down, you know, you're actually pretty good. But I'm really not, compared to what I could be. I could be a lot better. I think the thing that frustrates me the most is how much time has passed since I first started learning God of War, and I have not progressed as much as I could have. Because my practice has not been effective, and my mentality with running has not been effective. And I know it hasn't been, but I haven't stopped myself, because what's the point? Like, it just goes back to the, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change anything. Like, why do I want the achievement anyway? What's it for? Am I trying to just prove things to myself? Just how I've been thinking lately of like, it doesn't matter, I don't care. just do the motions through life, or just keep moving so long as you're moving in some direction, even if it's not forward or progressing to be better at something. So long as you're moving, that's all that matters. And that I don't think I want to be like that anymore. I like to learn things. I like the thought of progressing to be better at something. I mean, when I first started learning God of War 2, like right at the beginning, it was super painful at the start because I could really see and feel how bad I was with doing the run for the game. I remember just crying through my first run because I was so fucking angry. And now it's just kind of like, I'm still not at a level that I want to be at, but it's just a lot more numb. Even though I do get frustrated and angry, but I don't know. It's like a part of me wants to get more angry. A part of me wants to get more frustrated. A part of me wants to get tangled up wanting something so bad that I feel like I could kill somebody for it. I don't know. It's that, like, the want to be hungry for something. Like, yeah, been talking to someone saying that they feel that with, like, fighting games, or like maybe this is an uncommon, like you can feel it for like other hobbies that are competitive. It is a little bit scary to want to be like that, because I know it does hurt to be like that too. And I don't think I'm a very nice person either when I'm like that. But I can't help wanting it to. I just hate the thought that I'm not good at anything. Like, I don't have... Like, I just think of, like, when I was younger, like, all the hobbies I've had. Like, I used to play violin when I was in high school and stuff, and then I dropped that because I remember my pride being crushed when I had a reality check that I wasn't at the grade level that I thought I was. And I remember dropping it entirely after that. And I couldn't go back, and it is a bit sickening to think of how I was at that time. I should have just kept going, even if it hurt, but I couldn't, because I was pathetic. Even other hobbies I've had, like drawing or anything like that. Of course, depression gets in the way and anxiety gets in the way, but it's frustrating when you don't want something so much that you don't do it. I hate not wanting things. To feel like it doesn't matter, or to feel like with or without it, it's whatever. I mean, of course, there's a lot more emotional stability in that, which is fine, but I guess it feels weird to say, but I would like to get unhinged a few times. In that, like, wanting something, or just feeling things. Because so many times there's been situations, even like socially, where someone has really offended me, or someone is pissing me off or making me angry or sad, and I don't retaliate because I want to keep the peace. Like, maybe later on I will tell them, but like simple, like maybe it's a stranger or something, rather than create a scene or get just keeping peace to then forget about it as soon as possible. Just in small situations, like if someone said something rude and they like I know they didn't mean it because that's not what they meant, because they're just being very like unaware of what they're saying, so then I let it pass, but internally I feel like I could rip them apart. But I don't do that because, you know, it's that part of your brain that says you know better than to do that, but it's just, I just wish I could. Even if there's repercussions from things like that. It's not like I don't know there are. It's not like I don't do them because of repercussions. I just want to forget about the situation as soon as possible. I think this is also because of my medication as well. Like, I don't really feel as much as I used to. Like, because I take an antidepressant that I've been taking for maybe 2 years now. I started speedrunning about 4 years ago. 5. And yeah, I actually, you know, it's interesting that I say this because I actually started taking antidepressants near the time where I was starting to stop speedrunning Bayonetta 1, or like around that time I started taking antidepressants. So it's probably due to that too. Like, the unhingedness that I used to feel while speedrunning, and like all the practice and all of that I used to do, I remember like the feeling of being on edge, like that's obviously from anxiety, right? And these pills, they help me not feel like that. Also because like psychotic depression runs in my family, so, you know, I don't feel those kind of things as much now. It's not like they don't happen, but they don't happen as extreme. Yeah, but because of that, it's just this feeling like I can't be good anymore. Which is dumb to say. I can still be good on medication, or feel like I'm doing good or playing better on medication. I just need to put in the work, and that is kind of the question in my head on if I want to do that. I need to practice more, and I need to stop like I don't worry about streaming stuff as much as other people do, but there's obviously that little part of you that's like, you know, you want people to talk to you, to socialize with. And typically people will like to socialize with you while you're on a run, because, you know, I don't know, just watching the progression of the game is fun to do. I don't know. I need to practice a lot more if I want to get better at God of War 2. And there are some really good targets in God of War 2 to go after, because there are a lot of good runners that run the God of War games. If I really wanted to hunt someone down, I definitely would have people to hunt down to take over. But I don't know. If I'm willing to put myself through that. Because I kind of know how I would feel, because I've felt it once before. It's just battling my brain a little bit. I have to figure out a healthy way to do it, I guess. But then it doesn't feel enough. I don't know if... Yeah, anyway. Or maybe I'm just like thinking back on like speedrunning and stuff, like I feel like I've done like a really bad Like, I've never actually put 100% of myself into it by comparison to what I did before. But maybe I have, and I'm just fooling myself, or maybe I didn't even put 100% of myself when I first started speedrunning like I felt like I did, or think like I did. And I'm just fooling myself even more. I don't know. Gaslighting myself. Or maybe I'm gaslighting myself now. Yeah, anyway. I want to be competitive. I want to be very competitive. But then, you know, feelings of what's the point? Why would you want to do that anyway? It doesn't make the world change. What does it do for you? What does it do? I think the main thing that's enticing about wanting to excel is the feelings of it. The feelings that you feel during it. I think that's what I want the most. I just want to feel them again. I want to feel the good and the bad again. I think that's the conclusion of it. Also, in general, like with speedrunning, like there has been a massive push, like obviously, like when it's said that your happiness with speedrunning is more important than your accomplishments. And I've said that like a lot too. And like I know what it feels to get an accomplishment and it doesn't feel good. Because that's such a common thing when you're really wanting something. But what I'm thinking of is a bit different from that, in that I want to be hungry for something. In like, I don't believe you can be 100% happy all the time. And that's okay. It's not to say like to be sad all the time or to be angry all the time. It's more 100% happiness is not always there. I mean, I don't even have that now. But there are things that I would like to try. I think that, well, there's a lot of things in speedrunning that I don't like. There's a lot of things that I do like. And unlike a lot of people, I don't mind seeing runners get angry or frustrated. Because it's not like, well, it really depends on the frustration and anger, but a lot of the times it's just, it's not like hating the game, or it's just expelling negativity from self-doubt or reacting to unfair situations. I don't know. I think it's okay sometimes. I was gonna talk about something else and I forgot to when I was talking about speedrunning stuff. Yeah, you can be fun and competitive. You can have fun and also be competitive. You can also not have fun and be competitive. You can also not have fun and not be competitive, which is, I think, where I'm currently at right now. I want to get better. And I think with getting better, you need to do things effectively, and I think that's something I've always struggled with, but right now it's kind of been mixed with feelings like I don't care. Anyway, now I'm just babbling and I can't even get my words straight on how to articulate my thoughts because they're all getting tangled up. Yeah. Anyway, also, like, I think with a lot of the games that I've run, like, some of them in particular have not been very competitive in terms of, like, how many people run them. There have been other games that are competitive, but I just haven't shown interest in wanting to, like, progress to beat other people's times. Like, I haven't felt that with some games in the past. Like, I didn't feel that with Ninja Gaiden Black, even though there were some really good runners there. For that game, I didn't feel it, but I feel it for God of War 2. Probably because from the runners that I've watched, I've admired them a lot. So there's that feeling like I want to beat them. Or be as good as them. Yeah, to put it simply. And it almost feels like such a toxic thing to say, but it's not meant to be in toxicity that I say it. It's that... Because I think that's also something that I made myself think after running some games, is to tell myself not to be competitive because I remember there was this time I felt really bad. So that I shouldn't do that. And now it's like, it's weird that I'm just coming back full circle to being like, you know, I actually want to be competitive. Because I don't feel like I'm reaching my full potential, and that sucks to feel. I feel like I'm not doing enough. And this is, like, I know this is something that always is a thing about me that I say a lot, is like, oh, I'm not doing enough, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, this or that. Yeah, so I do have to be careful with that. It would be nice to hit a point where I can say, yeah, I am good, but thing is that maybe I won't be able to achieve that because my brain is just not nice to me. That could also be a thing. Anyway, I've been yapping for almost 33 minutes. 33 minutes? God damn. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Anyway, obviously I've had a lot of just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and sometimes I'm just... I did actually really need this though. I had this on my brain. Yeah. I haven't uploaded anything else to YouTube. Oh, whoops, I just let my brain go away. And even in streaming, I haven't been very active because I've been working. I got a job now. But I still would like to have the energy to dedicate time to wanting to be better at something or anything and putting myself to do it instead of just, you know, scrolling through Twitter and lazing around and watching some dumb stuff or scrolling through Twitch trying to find a stream to relax to, and then I'm not able to relax, so then I scroll more Twitter. I hate scrolling Twitter. It's such a fucking time waste. You go, oh yeah, that's a cute meme, I better send it to someone on Discord, and then you're browsing through Discord, and then before you know it, a couple of hours have passed, and it's just depression, dude. I just fucking hate it. I'm even doing it now while I'm doing this. It's just such a mind rot. Anyway, I will end my babble here because I don't even know if YouTube... Well, no, YouTube's changed from the past. It's Can't believe I was about to say I don't know if YouTube will be able to take a 30-minute video when I've like had my 3-4 hour God of War 2 runs uploaded on my channel. Anyway. Maybe I'll do another babble in the future. But for now, this is my babble for now. If you've really watched through all of this, thanks. I appreciate it. If you have any life advice, I would very much appreciate that, because I like advice on life and that kind of stuff. Thanks everyone. I'll see you somewhere down the line, hopefully.